love. We're all hanging on tooth and nail. It's a rocky road, this pilgrim trail. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Sometimes heaven, sometimes hell. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Let's meet up down the pilgrim trail. Every wind longs for a sail, like every campfire needs a tale. We're on this freight train going down the rail, together on this pilgrim's trail. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Sometimes heaven, sometimes hell. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Where everything is up for sale. Pilgrim trail, pilgrim trail. Let's meet up down the pilgrim trail. Return, baby, on the summer night. The shot of love and the spark of laughter breathe. Stars align and the month times night burn like a dried out leaf. Are we leaving on the next string, baby? I do believe. Come on, let's ride this train. Come on, let's ride this train. Now I ain't missed a 9 to 5, I don't hear it in my song. I'm gonna pull my weight, don't get me wrong. Brand new start and a whole new part, they are big old shoes to fill. I'll be there on that platform, babe, you know I will. Come on, let's ride this train. Come on, let's ride this train. Now nothing is this rush of life, you'll never find its match. So you live to be a million years. All hearts are lost by default in the time of a single beat. We're leaving on the next train, babe, so take your seat.
All right, let's ride this train now. I'm Tom Kvichak, and this is Tom's Trains and Things. Welcome to the Monday night live stream. And if you were tuned into Bar Mills Scale Model Works live stream, turn your volume down because this is a little bit louder. Okay, so they had some technical difficulties on there, but things happen in live streams. So it was a good show anyway. I'm glad they put it on. I can't wait to see them next month on the first Monday. They'll be doing a live stream every first Monday of the month at 7 p.m. And can you believe it's March already? Holy moly. And what's coming this month? Daylight saving time. We're going to have some daylight in the evening. It won't be dark at 6 o'clock anymore. All right. Yes, they're going to have a great show. All right. Anyway, I think what happened was when the Skype call came in, it messed up their audio. That happens because Windows is a Skype, or Skype is a Windows product or a Microsoft product, and it tries to take control of everything, and it probably took control of the default microphone. And I tried to type that in a couple of times on them, but I guess Nancy didn't see that. So maybe next time they'll understand that. So anyway, we got a show tonight. I want to thank everybody. I got my notes over here on the side where I can't see them. So let me put them in front of me. Okay. March already, daylight saving time. Okay. Thank you, Art from Bar Mill Scale Model Works, for the shout out. And also, if you haven't heard, I announced it on the show that I did a couple of days ago, announcing that this show would be later on, that I talked to Art last Thursday or something like that, and he donated the two $100 gift certificates. After he saw that I paid for the gift certificates for the two winners, he gave me a call and he said, "Tom, I'll let you have them." And so we had a nice long conversation. He told me about the show, and I might get on the show later on sometime. So anyway, what are we going to do tonight? Okay, so I thanked Art for that. Okay, thank you very much. And we got some new members. Okay. If you looked at the community chat on my YouTube channel, you'll notice that Roy Eltham joined. He's a member of the train crew. And Reggie Stroud, he's a member of the train crew. He's also a member on Patreon. So thank you very much, the both of you. And Scott's already looking for a rant. I might have a rant. I don't know. It might be coming up. Okay, I see. Heath is on a roll tonight. My goodness. What did he say there? If they are using Restream, it has a guest call-in option. They can use that. I'm pretty sure they already do. They use Restream. They used it for 14 hours a couple of weeks ago and didn't have any problems with it all. They had people calling in and everything, and it's just one of those things when you start something new, things are gonna happen. And let me shut the volume down on my other computer because that's where I was watching. I still had the live chat up from the other stream. I set you, okay, Scott, okay, let me see that. I saw that. All right, I'll send you an email back. I looked at it. I read the history about the railroad. I think that's very entertaining. But the one link that you gave me in the center, it doesn't go anywhere. So, We'll talk about that. All right, Otis Tooley, how you doing? Good to see you here. So let me say hello to everybody who is in here. I didn't even get a chance to say that. So Carolina Foothills Railroad, D Knight. Heath, you're always in here. John, 2618, Midsummer Railways N Scale. Okay, Boulder Creek Yard, how you doing? Otis Tooley, RDA Scale, Roy Eltham, Scott Eric Catalana, Split Rock, and Stephen Rowe. And I seen a bunch of other people in here too. I seen PDRR Art. I seen, who else did I see in here? I know you're in here. Ken Amos Jr., B&O 51, Stephen 87th PSAP, Leamington Station. All right. Split Rock 323. Who else is in here? Daniel Banks, how you doing? Shadow Wolf, how you doing there? Good to see you here. Lyle Patton. All right. Okay, Dustin N Scale Railroad. Okay, is that did I get everybody here? Let me see. And I know Debbie stopped in. She said she was going to stop in and say hello, and she did at the beginning, and she probably went back and started watching television again. Philip Rowe, how you doing? And Bill Voigt. Okay, I think that is everybody. If I missed you, tell me about it. Okay, James, Southern 207, Hobbies. Good to see you. All right. All right. I had to go back away. Elmar, how you doing? Okay, so I think I got everybody in here now. Now I said thank you to Art. Now let me say thank you. Okay, Robert Merritt, how you doing? Good to see you. And I seen Robert Sacco pop in here. I don't know if he's still in here. He's not saying much. But how you doing, Robert? Okay. Hey, I pronounced it right. Hey, I'm getting pretty good at this in my old age. All right. Okay. And Stiller fan, how you doing, Frank? Okay. Philip Rowe from Long Island and Leamington Station. Good to see you. And Chris Ruggieri, how you doing? Hey, there's Robert Sacco. Did you get a new chair? No, I did not get a new chair yet. I'm still working on my old chair. I had to get Debbie a garden stool for outside so she could scoot around in the garden because she was having troubles, moving around. It was 85 degrees at 11 o'clock this morning. It's hot. And Manny Fernandez. Oh, my goodness. Thank you very much for the super chat. Oh, good Lord. How you doing? All right. Thank you, Manny. And we got another one from Robert Sacco. How you doing, Robert? Thank you very much for the super chat. There we go. All right. Okay, thank you very much. Now, I have to thank everybody here who is a member and a Patreon. So, where's Rusty? Here we go. Don't forget to show your support and smash that join button. enjoy members only videos, and get your name in the credits. All right, thank you very much for everybody who supports this channel on Patreon and in the membership, and you know, that PayPal thing too, and the super chats. And thank you very much, Stephen Rowe. Unfortunately, I can't put your super sticker down there, but I could do this right here. Okay, Tom's Trains and Things. I just figure out why I could not find your Patreon, because you were probably trying to find it under Tom's Trains and Things and didn't actually look in the description where it said at Tom Kvichak, huh? Okay, all right. Okay, who else is in here? I see Dave BNSF is in here. Good to see you. And who else jumped in here that I saw? Okay, I saw somebody else come in here. Caboose 121, how you doing? Okay, and Dustin's in scale, David's Hobbies and Things. Good to see you. All right. Okay, I think I said hello to everybody. All right, so anyway, now, what was I going to do? I got to put this thing over here where I could read it. Okay. I did all that stuff. Oh my goodness. And I got to read this again. Wait a minute. Here we go. What did I do with it? Okay, here we go. My train of thought has left the station. I got one up on the top here too. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, up there. I have two of them. You know why? Because my train of thought has left the station. I forgot I had one and I went and bought another one. Okay. Okay, so anyway, let me look at this again and see what's going on. I got a lot of things up in front of me, so I can't put my notes up in front, and you'll see why in a minute. Okay, hit that like button. Here we go. Don't forget. Yeah, hit that like button. Okay. Rick said, got to get the chat on the hat. All right. Hey, we ought to write a book about that. Chat on the hat. That sounds good. Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad you said that, because it's coming up pretty soon. That's on my notes right here. Okay, so yeah, 77 watching and only 20 some likes. So smash that like button. Turn it blue so we can have some likes on there. But anyway, what we were going to do today, I was going to recap all this stuff we had, and the 20K subs on here. The prizes were Bar Mill Scale Model Works gift certificates, $100 gift certificates, and Art Fahey donated both of them. So he donated $200 towards the gift certificates. So thank you very much, Art. And there was Elegoo Super Starter Kit. And the winners were Edward Cady, I hope I pronounced that right. David Parsons. Both of them elected to get the bar mill scale model works kits or gift certificates. And Roy Eltham got the Elegoo Super Starter Kit. So instead of giving him the one that I had, what did I do with that? I don't know where anything is. You know, I just threw everything all over the place right before the show, and I can't find the wrapper. But anyway, I sent him a brand new one from Amazon. He got it a little bit faster that way, and that gives me the opportunity to work on that. And that is the next slide right here. Okay, Elegoo Super Starter Kit component tutorials coming soon. Rick Bailey, you were reading my mind. Live streams and videos. Okay, going beyond examples from the Elegoo. So in Elegoo, they give you a CD. I don't know why anybody does CDs anymore. You just, because you go online and you could download the same thing. But anyway, I'm going to go through the components on there, and I'm going to go a little bit further with that. And we'll notify you when those sessions begin. And Arduino time. Yeah. Okay, so let me see. I got this other thing here. Boom. But that's the wrong one. That one right there. Okay, kits that I'll be working on in the future. Okay, that's what we're going to talk about. And that is the Super Elegoo Starter Kit right there. Now, when I did this stream, over the weekend, I opened this up. Okay. Now, this is a good idea right here. We should collaborate, control Arduino from the Raspberry Pi. Okay, we'll talk about that. But anyway, I opened this thing up on the live stream whenever I did it. I can't remember. It was Friday or Saturday when I announced that we were going to be moving this thing back. And I couldn't get everything back in there to close the box up. But anyway, you get a bunch of stuff in here, and this is the most important part right there. And that is the breadboard, because that's what you work from. That is where everything goes. And they give you, let me get this right here. I have a temporary overhead camera up right now. It's not my permanent one, but it'll work for right now. And when I cut that, it didn't cut all the way down. And I just put my knife back in the garage. And so I got to use these toenail clippers right here to open this thing up here, because when I ripped, it didn't go far enough. It didn't. Come on. Okay, live stream. This is the technical difficulties in live streams. Okay, so anyway, you get a prototyping board. This is where you could put stuff on there. Help me out here. It won't come out of the bag. Help. Oh, the pins are stuck. Okay. Okay. All right, here we go. So they give you a little, a mini breadboard, and, you could always glue that on there, but you have all the holes in here where you could put a chip in there. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So they got up to 20 pins right there. You got all kind of good stuff where you could solder stuff on there. And this is a shield, for those of you that don't know what a shield is. Now let's hope that when I rip this one, it rips it below the deal so I can open it up. Okay. Confused as why to use a breadboard doesn't look permanent enough. Okay, Frank, I'll explain it to you. Okay, never mind. Scott just did. It's just for prototyping. I then solder everything on a PC board. Frank, if you were watching my videos, you would have learned that. But anyway, here is the Elegoo Uno right there. And this is the shield. And that just goes right up on top of it. And if you're doing DCC++ or DCC++ EX, that's exactly how a motor shield fits up on top of the thing right there. But there you go. There is the basic components right there. Your two little breadboards. You got some resistors that you're going to need. You got a remote control that we may work on to get our LEDs working. We have a joystick. Look at that. I already put the knob on it, and basically all a joystick is two, if you could see on the side there, you got a little potentiometer there, you got a switch there, and another potentiometer there, and as you rotate the potentiometer, or you change the values on it. And I think I showed it before. You got a DC motor, you got a stepper motor, you got a servo motor right here. Okay, you got a fan that every kit that I ever opened up, the blade on the fan always gets bent, but that's just to make sure that you have you can see that it's turning. What is the first project you are going to make? I'm gonna look at the instructions and see what's on page 1 and work from there. Okay, we got a bunch of push buttons. We got some let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 push buttons. Looks like we got a diode in there. We got some light sensors, and that looks like a little itty bitty capacitor. Maybe that's a little I can't remember what they're called. You know, my train of thought. Okay, we got some buzzers in there. I got some transistors. I know we got a L293D, and I think the other chip in there is a not quite sure. There's a capacitor in there too, electrolytic capacitor right there, and a 9-volt battery made by Elegoo. And here is the driver board for the stepper motor. There's the stepper motor. There's a distance sensor. Here's a little voltage regulator that you put on the end of your board right there. We have some LED displays, and we have an LCD display. All right, and a small one, a relay, temperature and humidity sensor, and I think this one right here is I think that one is the receiver for the remote. Okay, so that looks like about everything in there. And we got some jumpers, assorted jumpers, male to male. We have some DuPont connectors, male to female, and of course a USB connector. and a plug for the 9-volt battery. Okay, so that's everything in that kit. So that's what it is. Lick the battery. I know that's how you test to see if the battery is still good. I know how. Yeah, I think somebody on Facebook asked that question. How do you tell if a 9-volt battery? I said you just put it on your tongue, and then you could tell if it's still working or not. There you go. All right. Okay, let me look at this chat. Okay. Who's hungry? Oh my goodness. It's Midsummer says it's lunchtime. Okay, Tom, Trains and Things. Is there anything in that kit that you didn't have previously? Well, this is my second kit. So yes, I didn't have this right here. Okay, I got to put it back here because I forgot I got this camera on manual focus. And I didn't have the LED displays, the numbers. And I didn't have the temperature and humidity sensor because I didn't have any need for it, or the IR sensor, this type of IR sensor, or the remote, or the joystick. But everything else I've had that I bought separately without the kit. Did you follow the directions? Okay. Did you follow the directions when you used the first kit? Yes, I did. Believe it or not, even though I do Arduino, I don't know everything. So whenever you have something new, like except for, when you're building something, you never read the directions. But when it comes to electronics and stuff like that, when I'm wiring things in, because I don't want to burn things up and I don't want to see smoke on these little deals here, I read the directions to make sure that I have it hooked up correctly and to find out what it is. Because some of the things, like where's the stepper motor? Where did I put that stepper motor? Okay. Now the stepper motor, did I lose? Oh, there it is. The stepper motor is just a little DC motor with a bunch of gears in it. It's like a little gear motor in there, and the way it operates is by going incrementally through the steps. That's why they call it a stepper motor. But anyway, you have to figure out how to get that done. But so, yes, you do read the directions, and yes, I did read the direction. Okay, so Tom's Trains and Things, is that a PWM motor? Oh my goodness, you're going to have to watch the video to find out. Okay, yes, all right. Humanoid Star Trek has landed. Okay. Southwest Modeler, how you doing? Good to see you here. You're having a chicken salad sandwich. All right. Computerized motor has a little PCB in it. Yes. Now, if you can imagine, even in this little servo, let me put it up there. Okay. This little servo motor right here, 9-gram servo motor, it has a DC motor in there, and it has a little circuit board in there also. And I first learned about servo motors when I was in the Air Force in 1971, because that's how everything is operated on the jet aircrafts. Well, back on the ones that I was working. That's how the rudders and the ailerons and all that good stuff was working, with servo motors. And you send it a signal, and the motor turns, and the PC board detects where it is and sends it back, gives it feedback. So you'll learn all that stuff, and if you watch my videos on servo motors, you might have already learned that stuff. Yeah, there you go. That reminds me, I need to get a reed switch for one of my projects involving a stepper motor. Okay. All right. I got some reed switches. I had a bunch of reed switches from when I worked on the railroad. I don't know why I had them, but that's back when Radio Shack was open and you could buy all kind of good stuff. Now let me try to put some of this stuff back in here, because I got some more stuff to put down on the bench to show you more stuff that I will be doing, but not Arduino related. Okay. So it doesn't fit. Okay. So that's how it goes back in the box right there. Okay, so that is some of the stuff that I'll be doing in the future, and some of the other things that I will be doing is bar mill scale model works related. Why? Well, if you remember the module cam, it used to have a camera on it. And it used to point down in the living room, which was the module room, which I renamed the module room. Well, I was going to take a picture of the family room today, but I didn't have time. I had, the other stream was starting, so I had to get that ready and get this one ready here. And I didn't get to take a picture of it and put it up here so I could show it to you, but I moved a lot of stuff from the garage and put it in the family room. I moved the TV. I moved the couch, and on the far wall, on the 12-foot wall, I have all my stuff, all my totes, all my boxes, and the 3 modules, all my railroad stuff in the family room. You know what? And I forgot to turn this light on to show when I had the overhead cam on. Okay, let me turn this light on. I got a little light over here. Okay, now somebody asked if they have tutorials and stuff like this, but whenever you get stuff from Bar Mill Scale Model Works, they always give you some, some neat little things. I mean, they give you a conversion chart, and then, you get some stuff like right here. You can't see it, but let me turn it this way so I can read it. Time to travel 3 foot at scale speeds, and scale conversion ratios and all kind of good stuff. And they give you some other kits that they have, and they show you, some of the other kits right there. But here are some of the kits that I'm going to be working on. Now, I wanted this. I have a couple of kits from this series. Now, they had a whole series that you could buy, for $300 some, and I just bought a couple of kits from it. But this is one of the last ones. And I finally bought it. And I bought it right before we decided to move. So, and to Heath, to answer your question, no. I talked to Art about it, and we had a real long discussion, and it may come, but not right now. He told me about how his business operates and how they work, and so he doesn't do it like everybody else does. He doesn't have the high stuff that everybody else does that does the sponsorships on it. So, but like I said before, he gave me the 2 gift certificates. He paid for the 2 gift certificates. So I would say, yeah, that's kind of like a sponsor, but not unofficially. Okay, but anyway, the dock house, that's one of the kits. Now let me get this box out of the way so I can see what I'm doing, because I got a couple of kits here. Okay, let me turn it this way so and you get all kind of good things. Now he gave, they had a contest where they were giving away a kit, and also the kit, the 2 new kits that they had, they were adding woodland scenic stuff to it. Now, last year before COVID struck, they started putting woodland scenic stuff in their kits at no extra cost. So there looks like a $20 value, depending on where you live and where you buy it. The kit, the woodland scenic stuff ranges from, $15 to $24, for all those people. But here's usually what you get when you get a kit. Now, this is a small kit here. So there's one bag, there's one bag of small parts, and then the interior bracing and stuff like that. And this is like the roof, and this is the actual shingles. Now, I'll show you the video, and I showed you the video before, but this is what the shingles look like before you put them on. And you'd be amazed to see what they actually look like when they're finished. And this is, it doesn't come out really good with this camera here, but that right there is the wooden fence. And you can see that they got a lot of small gizmos and stuff like that. But this is the kit right here, and they have really good instructions. They break down every flat and give you tips and tricks for everything. So, if you can, go ahead and support them, because they got good stuff. And the buildings look good when they're done. Okay, that's the dock house. Okay, that's one of them. Then I got another one here. Shaw Ridge Equipment and Supply. And I think I already opened up these bags on this one here, because you can see that everything is in here loose. So I was getting ready to start on this when we decided to move, and I think I started painting some of the stuff. Yeah, there's some detail parts in here that I started painting. You can see that I got that on the toothpicks. I could do that. But and here's some of the that is the mounts that the tank goes up on top. Okay. But anyway, that is one of the other kits. Shaw, which one is it? Shaw Ridge. Yeah. Shaw Ridge awnings. They got awnings on this one too. Let me close this one back up. A lot of good stuff in there. Shaw Ridge Equipment and Supply. And let me see if I can. There. Okay. Now, the best one right here. Get it in a nice wooden box. Ugh. The Graves Foundry, which is this thing right here. So it's got some resin parts in it. for the loading docks. You can see right here, and a lot of detail parts in here. A lot of windows. And I think some of the detail parts that came with this is in that other box that I was detailing there. But anyway, that is the 3 kits that I'm going to be working on. And the thing about resin parts, they always smell. My goodness. Even after, now this has been in the box for maybe a year since I got this. And you could still smell the resin. Really, really strong. Okay, Heath, do you prefer Craftsman kits over plastic kits? Okay, now where did I see that? Heath. All right, let me put this up here. All right. In fact, some of the kits that I have, some of the plastic kits that I have are pretty nice too. In fact, I have an office building and stuff like that. I'm not sure if they're not Walters. I can't remember who the manufacturer are, and I do them too. But I like laser cut wood kits. A lot of people don't like them. I love them. I was intimidated by them when I first saw them years ago. But after I did the first one, I think the very first one that I did was Crown Crate. And it's got a lot of small parts on there. And yeah, resin takes years to lose the stink. Yeah, there you go. That's what they, yeah. And then I had some really, really old resin stuff that I cut, and then it started stinking over again. But anyway, the wood kits, I really like doing them. And let me do, where is that thing? Right here. Here is the bar mills kits that I did, and you can see why I like them. And hopefully it doesn't cut off after 3 seconds. Yeah, and it just did. It did that. It does that every time. I don't know why. The first time I run it. But anyway, here we go again. I'll have to put that one up later. There's the Crown Crate. That's the first one I did. Okay, Sparky, you were talking about easy kits. This kit right here is about $39 or less. Here's another inexpensive kit. And I paused it and the music ended before the last slide. But anyway, these kits are not very expensive. Most of them are, a lot of them are under 50 bucks. Now, I have some kits like I did you get two shacks or two roof entrances that are really inexpensive. They're starter kits. They have billboards that are starter kits. They have a lot of things that are starter kits where you can get. Now, I've seen the thing on here. The price of these kits is way up there. Wood kits or resin, they need to do a beginner's kit cheap, and so we can get our hands wet, try it first without paying hundreds of dollars. Like I said, most of those kits, if you go on the Bar Mills website, they have a lot of kits, and I'll show you right here, under $50 kits. All right, click here for more. Okay. All right, so let me bring this one up. Let me see if I can get the right thing up here. There we go. I hit the right button. Okay, these are kits under $50. Okay, so you can see that they have a lot of kits. A lot of these kits, this one here, Bulls, I have. Chalky White Pool Hall, I have. Crossing Shandy, I don't have, but they have one similar to that where there's two of them in there. Let me see what else. Earl's Oil, I have. That was in that slide. The Fishing Shack was in that slide, $22.95. Hinky's Package Store, $37. Jack's. Okay, so they got 3 pages of under $50 kits in here in HO scale where you could get your hands wet, which are not very complicated. There's the one I was talking about, the 2 utility sheds. Really, really simple. Don't take very long to build. And where's the other one? There's the lunch stand right there. If you get it in N scale, it's 21. I guess HO is a little bit more expensive. But anyway, you get the idea. They're not that expensive. The most expensive kit that I had on there was Ghibli Furniture, and I think I paid $125. That is a hell of a lot cheaper than any locomotive that you put on your model railroad. So take that. Okay, those kits are not very expensive and they're fun to build, and you'll learn something along the way like I did. But anyway, I like putting them together. I like the plastic kits. Okay, Lee Wade, how you doing? My goodness, I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you very much. All right. All right. Bye, Frank. Is Frank leaving already? Is it past his bedtime? Dwight, pretty soon, another 20 minutes, you got to wake me up. I told you to wake me up at 9:45. Okay. Scale House is $5. There you go. But anyway, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. Foss Scale Models has a lot of good wood kits on there that are very inexpensive. Laser Cut, I think, is the manufacturer. In fact, I got some on here. Let's put this up here. Actually, this one here is a white metal kit from Woodland Scenics. It's the coal and plank mill. This was the most difficult kit that I built. That one there is laser art. Okay. That is the boiler house. That one right there is a bar mills kit. That is a laser art, and right next to it, the billboard is white metal. That is a plastic kit, I think a Tyco kit that I redid. That is a DPM kit. A lot of these are DPM kits from Smedleyville. So there's a lot of kits that are very inexpensive. And I went to train shows and I got some DPM kits last year before COVID hit that were their original price of $5.95. That Darnell's Auto Body is a Foscale model kit. It's very, very detailed. I'll answer your question about warpage. That's Walther's modules right there. That's a DPM kit. That is laser art right there. The welder is a Walther's kit, and the one on the right is a Bar Mills. That coal and ice house is a Walther's kit. That's Foscale model kit right there. All right, those are some of my other kits that I have on there. And Sparky, you asked the question about how, okay, everyone is scared to warp them. How do you do it without screwing up the models? Okay, if you watched any of my kit builds, you'll see how I did it. And you'll notice when I opened up those boxes, there was bracing in there. Well, that bracing you put on there before you stain it or you paint it. And that helps it from warping. That prevents it from warping. And what I usually do is put some extra bracing in there. And don't go overboard with the stains or the paint, and you'll be fine. I have not warped anything yet, and I've got about 40 wood kits on my layout. So warping is not a problem if you brace it properly. And in the Bar Mills kits, they tell you how to brace it. They tell you where to put the braces. And I always get some extra bracing. You could buy it at Hobby Lobby. You get the 5/32 square. You can get them in like a 10-pack for like $2.99, 2 foot long, and have some extra bracing in there. You can get 5/32, you can get 16-inch, you can get 8/8-inch squares, whatever size you need. But there's no problem with warping on those kits at all. If you don't go bananas with wetting it down with paint or stain. Okay, so that's the trick to it. Okay, Heath. Uh-oh. Time for the girlfriend. See you later, Heath. Okay. If you put heavy books on them, they'll be fine. I have I have an old 8-pound weight that I could put on them. They'll be fine. There you go. Now, yeah, you don't need any kind of weight or anything like that on them. All you have to do is brace it before you paint it or stain it, and you'll be fine. Like I said, I have nearly 50 of them on my model railroad in totes right now, all wood, the wood ones, and none of them have ever warped. You just have to be careful with it. Yep, follow the instructions and it will not warp. Well, I bet half of us are screwed. Read what? Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, with the wood kits, yeah, it's a good idea to read the instructions, especially bar mills have good instructions. They have good tips in there. Scale Models has good tips in there. The laser art wood kits have good tips in there also. And they tell you where to do all that stuff. Do you build buildings for modelers from time to time? No, I just build stuff for myself. I do not do anything for anybody else. I have a hard enough time doing it for myself. I run out of time. Yeah. There you go, Joe. An anvil will keep it flat. There you go. I have a mini anvil that I use every once in a while. But anyway, okay, it's almost time. Yeah, Lee Wade, I do cardboard. There are a lot of modelers, old timers, that did everything in cardstock before there was styrene and before there was the laser cut wood kits. Cardstock was the way to go, and even in some of these kits, they use cardstock for some of the trim on some of the kits there. I'm not sure which ones, but I think I got one or two. Let me see if I could find it here. Let me put that one up there. See this one right here, the Darnell's Auto Body. A lot of the stuff, like this stuff, the doors and stuff like that is cardstock. There's a lot of cardstock in there. So modelers still use it. They're still available in kits also. I mean, that's a lot of knowledge from the old timers. I mean, it's still, all that stuff is still in use. Okay. Sorry I'm late. No, we're just early. or you could just say you're early for next week's show. Okay. How about that? Okay. Crazy Joe says I use construction paper for some builds. I've also used that also. Yeah, there you go. The Avery cardstock for printing greeting cards. That works nice. Yeah, I've used that. Well, I don't have anything to show you in back of me, and I'd have to bring up some pictures, but yeah, I've used that. I've used all that stuff. Before we moved, I had a bookcase full of model railroader and railroad model craftsman magazines from all the way back to probably late 60s, early 70s. Not every month, but, there were times when I didn't get it, like when I was in the Air Force, and there was other times where, after I got married, things were kind of tight, so I couldn't afford magazines or anything like that. So but I had quite a lot of magazines. It took up let me see, it was 4 foot wide, about 5 foot high, and that was filled with magazines. And before we moved, I couldn't, you take them to a train show, And the dealers are practically giving them away. They'll, they'll sell them for a quarter, or Debbie will go up to the guys and they'll say, here's a handful of magazines. But anyway, you can't get rid of them. So I learned a lot from all those old magazines on how to build stuff. And you'd be surprised. And if you go to Model Railroader and you get the digital and subscribe to the all the old issues, you can go back and read all the old issues all the way back to the very beginning to see what they have available, and you learn a lot from that. And you go back to some of the old timers, Lynn Westcott, and there's one guy still on Facebook. I think he's up in Maine someplace. But he still has a YouTube channel, and he did a lot of books on modeling. And I can't remember his name right offhand, but he's still on YouTube, and he has a Facebook page. They're still active, and they got a lot of good books out. Okay. All right. Sorry, I won't have to go as my daughter is moving out to her own new house, and the truck has just arrived to move her. Good night, good night. I know the feeling when the kid moves out. I don't know. Sometimes it's happy and sometimes it's sad. Yeah, Caboose. Go crazy like I did and start with a $70 kit. My first wood kit from Bar Mills was the Crown Crate. I don't remember how much that was, but it looked pretty easy. And when I opened up the box, it looked intimidating, but once I started reading the directions and going through it and putting it together, it was real easy. And there's not a lot to do. I mean, it's a one building with four sides, and a lumber, it's like a lumber yard where, it's just framing and all that good stuff. So it's not very complicated. And then they have some castings to go along with it. Crown Crate. Yeah, funny name for a wood kit. Yeah, because they made crates. So anyway, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing the Elegoo Super Starter Kit. We're going to be doing some Arduino stuff. I'm going to get back into Arduino. And if I could ever get this thing closed back up, I might close this thing back up. I might have to take out half the stuff out of there to get it closed. But I might get it closed one of these days. So anyway, since we started at 8:30, and what time is it right now? It's 9:39. Dwight, are you still in here? I told you need to remind me, wake me up at 9:45, because I might fall asleep because it's so late. Yeah, okay. All right. See, and I watched your video. Is that the stainless steel one? I think you had a short video on the other day. The Lonely Butler. Okay. Scott Eric Catalano is already sleeping. My goodness. 9:39. Okay. It's 9:40 right now. Okay. Time, it just keeps on going. So anyway, Dwight, are you still in here? Okay. Okay. So I learned a lot. Gaffa Haynes, there you go. Hi, thank you for stopping in. I learned a lot from trial and error. Yes, I learned a lot from error after error after error. I made a lot of errors, but I learned from those errors. So there you go. Yep, you learn a lot. You're not going to learn anything unless you do it. Unless you get your hands dirty and get in there and do it. If you just sit there and say, I'm not going to try it because it looks too hard, you're never going to be able to learn anything. You just got to get in there, get your hands dirty, and do it. And if you make a mistake, so what? You cover it up, you learn from it, and you do better the next time. That's how you get good at things. You should have seen my first soldering jobs. I was crappy. I mean, I had big globs of solder and it looked terrible. But you practice, 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 and you get good at it. I mean, even soldering copper pipes and stuff like that, I was really bad until I started doing it. And then, I mean, before I retired, man, I was all through that laundry, putting in new copper pipes everywhere. So, you know, you have to do it. You have to get your hands dirty, and you have to practice. And don't worry about making mistakes. You know, that's how you learn. And you learn from those mistakes, and you do better the next time. That's what I told my kids. They made a lot of mistakes too. They followed in my footsteps. They made all the mistakes I did. Yeah, don't be afraid to try new things. If you don't try new things, you'll never learn anything. There you go. Yeah, I never give up. I'm the same way. Dwight, almost time. Okay. Crap globs. There you go. I was the same way with welding, but I couldn't do enough welding to get it good. Whenever I did it, said, go do something else. You know, give me that welder. You're not doing anything. Okay. Yeah, they learned by example. They learned how to make mistakes with me. All right. You know, I built 1/72nd scale World War II military models of tanks, guns, and stuff, so the models are not an issue. There you go. You know, if you ever, if you've seen my videos on Suncoast Center for Fine Scale Modeling, they have a lot of models there, military models of all scales. I mean, so really, I think some quarter scale stuff too. It's really amazing. Too bad, you know, they're only doing virtual shows right now, but they used to be open on, you know, at least one Saturday every month from May through September. But with the COVID stuff, they've been doing live shows I think it's every Saturday. They've been doing that for a long time now. But go check them out. Fine Scale Modeling. Suncoast Center for Fine Scale Modeling. Let me bring it up. Suncoast. It's going to make me type out this whole thing. There we go. Okay, there we go. Watch our February virtual open house on YouTube. I'm going to put this up in the links or in the chat. And I lost my chat window over here. Let me put this up here. Okay. But anyway, that's finescalemodeling.org. And they also have a YouTube channel. Let me find their YouTube. Go over here. Go into subscriptions. And I hate this. You got to go all the way down to the S's. PRS Sparky STU Suncoast Center for Fine Scale Modeling. Here we go. There is the Suncoast Center for Fine Scale Modeling. Okay. And they have some videos up there. And this is some of their live shows that they have every month. And let me go back to their homepage and put their link up there for that. But go check them out because they have a lot of good stuff in there. And I don't know if, let me see if they have some of the military. Oh, here we go.
So folks, welcome. Here we are. We're again.
Let me see. They use that as a... Okay, here's that. All right, here we go. Here's some of the military models there, which is really, really good stuff. And I'm not quite sure what scale this is, but it's pretty big. I mean, it takes up the big owls. So... Alright, so I guess that's the dioramas there, and then they got instructions. And they got a lot of good HO dioramas in there. They have a FN, I don't know if it's FN3 or FN30 model railroad there. And then John Addison has his model railroad there. The ON30 is, they're doing 3D printing stuff there. This is from their FN30. They, some of the kits there they did from the guy in Australia that does the animations. I can't remember his name, but I can never remember this guy's name, but he does really good animations, and he has a couple of displays there on the FN30 model railroad there. So go check them out. And I keep losing my chat over here. Okay, all right. So let me see what I missed here in the chat. Robert Sacco. And any... Okay, let me get this so I could put it up here. Any word when you be starting to build your layout? Well, like I said earlier, I moved some of the stuff from the garage and put it in the family room so I could make some room in there. I have a 15% off coupon for Home Depot where I'm going to get some insulation. I got to put that up in the ceiling of the garage. I think I estimated that I need 8 rolls of it to get it up there, the R19 with the paper backing. I think it's going to cost about $400. The biggest thing is getting it up there. I moved a lot of the stuff out of the way. It's in my family room right now, but I still have a lot of junk in the garage. But I'll be doing that this week. Yeah. Well, Debbie's got her phone coming, and she's got her cart coming, so I got to assemble that. And I still got to get some of the trash out from the backyard. But once I get all that, I'll get the insulation and start putting that up. And then once I get the insulation up, then I'll be able to start on the layout. So, if that answers your question, it'll be pretty soon. Okay. Pretty soon. Can't say exactly when, but it's coming. It's coming. You know, I'm 70 years old. I got a lot of things to do here, and it's hot outside, and I'm doing a lot of stuff outside. So I only got about 2 hours worth of work outside every day before it gets hot. Like I said, around 11 o'clock this morning, it was already 85 degrees. So I quit. All right, Steven 87, gotta run. See you next time. All right, 70 is the new 60. It's the new 40, I thought. I would help. I'm fat. I'll fall through the roof. Hey, I ain't getting up on top of the roof. It's all from a ladder going up straight up in the ladder in the garage. I'm fat too, so I got the same excuse. That's some itchy crap. Yeah, I know. And I got to buy me an electric staple gun. I got one of those manual ones, the Stanley one. And my hands, with the arthritis in my hands, I'd probably only get about 2 staples in before, my hands would give out. So I got to get me a new staple gun. Yeah, it's Scott's fault. Yeah, there you go. It's past time, Tom. It's Scott's fault. Yeah, there you go. All right, yeah. All right. It's already 9:45 and I'm still awake. All right. Yeah, Scott, you're Heath's stand-in. Yeah, there you go. All right. So, do I have anything else? Okay, I don't think I have anything else. Is there any other questions that we have that I probably can't answer? And Heath's gone, so he can't answer it. Scott's here, so he could answer Arduino questions. And who else can answer questions, huh? All right, so Robert Sacco's here. He could answer questions. So if you have any questions, put it up there. Here we go. I forgot to put this thing on there. Okay. Let me put the music back up a little bit louder. Dwight Curley. I know about carpal tunnel. I had them in both hands. In fact, they cut right here in this one and right here in this one. I had surgery in one hand and then 2 weeks later surgery in the other hand. And I also had trigger finger. My fingers, when I closed them, I couldn't open them back up. So he took care of the trigger finger too. That was before I retired. And I went for almost 2 years working with that because I couldn't take any time off. And I finally took some time off. And boy, was I glad, because it kept me awake every night because it hurt so bad. Okay, Roy Eltham. I can answer questions, but my answers may not be good. Hey, that's like mine. I got some good answers, but they're not any good answers. But anyway, if you have a question, put it down there, and we'll see if we can answer it. We'll have a few more minutes here before I say goodnight. What time is it? It's 5 minutes to 10. We're almost here. An hour and a half. It's a little late because we got a late start. I hope y'all got to see Bar Mill Scale Model Works Monday night live stream, where they had a couple of guests on there. They had some technical difficulties. You had to crank up the volume all the way up just to hear them a little bit. I think the first Skype call that they had messed everything up, so they had issues after the rest of the evening. But I think they finally got that resolved. But it's going to be that way every first Monday of the month. They're going to have a live stream at 7 o'clock and run till approximately 8:30, and then we're going to do it after that. But everything else, every other Monday, is still going to be at the regular time at 8 p.m. So next Monday we'll be back at our regular time at 8 o'clock. And hopefully sometime in between, I may get something out of here and start working on it and do a video on it. I think the first one I'll do a video, get you all acquainted with the stuff, and then maybe I'll do a couple of live streams with the stuff and see how we can mess up a live stream. And maybe we'll get Scott on. Scott, did you ever get the camera and the microphone working? I know Heath was helping you with it, and you did a couple of short ones, but I haven't been watching a lot of videos, haven't seen a lot, but you got a good webcam and microphone. Hey, Dragon Slayer. Dragon Lover. Okay, Dragon Lover. Dragon Slayer. Dragon Lover. At High Plains Railroad supposed to be a train show in Garden this weekend. Yeah, let me see. I think there's 3 train shows in Florida this month. Melbourne is this weekend. Melbourne is just straight east from us. I'll have to look it up to see the details on it. It's marked on the calendar, but I'll have to find the address. There's one in Miami. There's a Model Railroad Club down there. I think that's on the 16th. And Regal Railways, I think somebody asked me about that on my last live show. Yes, I'm going to the one in Dover. So Dover, I'm going to for sure. Melbourne, I have to look at the thing up. It's this weekend on the 8th. So I'm going to have to check that out. I have to go all the way up to Lake Wells to cut across. East is this way. To go east. I have to go 30 miles north just to go east. But RDA and scale. You get your layout done. Invite me over. I'll bring the ice cream and A&W root beer ready for laughs and beer. There you go. You know, we found this ice cream shop in Sebring. There's a circle in Sebring. And there's an ice cream shop. And it's ice cream and soda shop. They have like 200 different kinds of sodas, bottled sodas, and homemade ice cream and hot dogs. My kind of place. We got to go there one of these afternoons. I second that motion. There you go. One pretty soon in western Kansas. And the train freak, Jason, he went to one in Arkansas, Bentonville. It looked like it was pretty good, and I don't understand why the ones in Florida aren't, you know, the big ones aren't going on right now, because there's auto shows, there's gun shows, there's boat shows, all indoors. Yes, there's boat shows indoors, but no train shows, no big ones. Just small ones. So hopefully, Robert, when are you going to have one? Are you still here? Hey, Debbie, you're back on. All right, good to see you. Yeah, there you go, Robert. When are you going to have a show for your club? Let me know, because I'd like to go over there again. All right. Do you have an email on a YouTube channel? All right. Most people on the About page, if you go to the About page, they will have an email listed there. Some people don't list their emails on there, but a lot of people do. So go check it out. Just started painting miniature dragons and learning terrain buildings. All right. Good to hear. Go check out Kathy Millett. She's got some very interesting stuff. And there was somebody else, and I'll have to look it up and tell you about it the next time. But there was a lot of people. Hopefully in September we'll have a show. Oh, good deal. All right, can't wait. I'll be there. Just let me know. All right, there's one in Texas. I think there's one in Texas going. Okay. Moscow is in southwest Kansas. Okay. Okay. Will someone tell Tom I'm on here? I see ya. All right. Is the movie over now? Okay. What movie were you watching? I know you stopped in here at the beginning, but I thought you were watching a movie. Okay. I'll text you as soon as I find out for sure. Sounds good. Timonium would have happened in March this year, but the grounds are being under for COVID shots, so it's a no-go again. Listed as October show. Okay. All right, Timonium. That's one of these days I'll get back up to Maryland when they have a show, because I'd like to go back to the Timonium Fairgrounds. I can remember when they had three of the buildings. They had the Cow Palace, the one next to it on the same row, and the one that's perpendicular to it. They had all three of those buildings going with the train show. I mean, that was some time ago. Must have been in the 80s, but that was it was pretty big back then. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to go back up there. Hopefully we could head up that way whenever I had a train show. But every time that I went up to Maryland, it was either in December or August, and that's not when the train shows were, when they actually did have the train show. Yeah, Howard Zane used to run it. That was the very good. Now someone else is doing it. It's still good. Yeah. Can't remember who it is now. Yeah, but he sold it out. Yeah. Yeah, I remember when Howard Zane was up there right up front. He was at the White Elephant table all the time. They still use three buildings. Good deal. All right. Still a good show. All right. Good to hear. All right. So I hope to get back up there again. Oh, High Plains Railroad. Thank you very much. A lot more layouts now. Oh, that's good to hear. I like to see layouts at the train show. The one Jason went to in Bentonville, they had quite a few layouts there, and even Lego. And I like usually at the Tampa train show, the Florida. What is it? Central Florida Lego Users Group, or the Florida Users Group, Lego Users Group. They have a big display there of the Legos. I like that stuff. Got some pretty neat stuff there. All right, so, but the Regal Railways, they have the S-Scale out of Tampa. And there's another guy there that has an N-scale layout. The last one had an N-scale layout. But this one's in Dover, and I think it's on the 21st. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to check the paper. I don't have it here right now, but it's sometime this month. But anyway, there's 3 this month in Florida. So I'm going to call it a night. What time is it? It's 10:04, and I know Debbie wants to have some popcorn and watch a movie, so I got to end this stuff so we can have some popcorn and watch a movie. Boot Hill Train Show, March 13 and 14. There you go. All right, so Boot Hill Train Show, Dodge City, Kansas, 10 to 6 p.m. Saturday, Sunday, 11 to 4 p.m. Okay, that sounds like a good one. 2 days long. In May for the Indy area. That's a little bit far for me. I don't have anybody to visit up there. Okay. Popcorn and movie night is awesome. There you go. Yeah, we got some Orville Redenbacher. What flavor is that? But it's a good flavor. Caramel corn or whatever it is. But it's not like the real caramel corn that you get in Ocean City, but it's good. Okay, let me make this official right here. Let me put this this thing on here, and hopefully it doesn't freeze up when I do it. Okay, so I thought I turned the other music off, but I guess I didn't. So anyway, if you don't have any more train shows to talk about, I think we hit all of them. If I missed them on here, you saw them in the chat, but there's some coming up. And that's good because I like to see train shows. And hopefully we'll get to the train show this weekend if I could find the details on it. It's in Melbourne. So that's straight across from us. And I might have been to that one. No, we've been to one in Fort Pierce. I don't think we've ever been to one in Melbourne, but that's pretty close to Fort Pierce. So we'll be heading on over to there. So I got a new ending here. So if you don't have anything else to say, and thanks, Dwight, for keeping me awake, let me put this thing on right here. And I like this thing.
Engineer, where are you headed? Carry me back to Tennessee. Oh, I got a little girl who's been waiting. Promised that she'd marry me. Mister, can we leave that seat? I'll shovel coal, Lord, to pay my fare. Gotta get this train down to the station. My little girl waiting for me. For the night is dark and Lord, it's cloudy. I've been traveling that lonesome road. My one true love waiting there to see. Won't that Lord train carry me back? About 9, and poor boy's heart started overheating, sending all of his love on down. For the night is dark and Lord is bright. I've been traveling this lonesome road. My one true love waiting there to see. Will that long old train back? For the night is dark and the sky is cloudy. Traveling on that lonesome road. My one true love waiting there to see me. For that long old train, won't you carry me? Oh, train, 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 won't you carry me home? Oh.
See y'all next week. Thanks for stopping by.